Tonight, the finale of the Italian Ghost Hunter from Bricker Builds. We talk about the Las Vegas pitch deck, the overall media deck for Mr. BricksOBrian here, and much more. I have a feeling it's going to be a chill Monday night, which maybe we need ahead of the April that shall be in just a week. Actually, 9 days. Lindsay, is it time to air the intro of all intros? The piece of media that brings us into the portion of the live show experience that so many people look forward to? She says yes, and you know what that means. It's time to go. Welcome, everybody, to the BricksOBrian live stream experience.
Bye for now.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Home Brick Co. says we're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up. We're done. We're wrapping it up. We're wrapping it up. Minifig 801, Sonic Power, Super Collector Fam. Kevin, have a great week. That's that Trash Cupcake enter and goodbye. B-Habs is here. I think I already said that. There's a refollow. Thanks, man. And everybody tuning in, listening, watching, I hope you're having a wonderful Monday. If you're not, then maybe I can change that. Maybe I can make it worse. Let's go! We have just about 10 days until April, which means we get a little bit closer to me heading off to Las Vegas to pitch this TV show idea and the Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls Kickstarter, which, if you're watching on Twitch, you'll see that there are some brand new emotes to celebrate that Defeating Trolls launching on April 26th. Exclamation Troll, 32 days to go over here. There's a lot to get done ahead of time, but we are rocking and rolling and making it happen, man. We got Cuddles, Cecilia, and Polly up for grabs there, and the next reveal is at 2:25 on the bookmarks. I believe we're at 2:08. So if you have not created a Kickstarter account yet and got involved, please do so. Bookmarking does not obligate you to a financial purchase. It's literally just saying, hey, I want to bookmark the thing. So everybody's been super supportive of that, and I've been very grateful for it, even if those like Pick Stitch are like yelling at me in a supportive way. So it's all good. We're missing someone. We're missing, I believe, two. I believe two people we're missing so far. What's Polly's purpose in the book? So Polly the Parrot has his pirate gear on, and he is the one who is soaring above the sky, soaring high in the sky above the battlefield to pay attention to the behaviors of those trolls and spotting them ahead of time for the rest of the Pro Gamer's Guide crew. So he uses those glowing binoculars he has there to spot out their plans and try to disable their defenses as they are on the journey to defeating trolls. So that's what Polly's all about in this adventure, and hopefully we can make it happen on April 26th. It's between April 26th and May 17th. We got this cooking, We got a big launch day live stream and then a finale live stream as well. So all the way through is going to be some really good stuff. If you or anybody you know is interested in a book about bullying and how to avoid it and how to deal with it, let them know. So today was a big day. I finally got the pitch done for the Las Vegas meeting at NAB show. It is done. And by done, I mean 90% done. All the parts are there. If I had to turn it in right now, I'd be satisfied with it. Basically what the pitch is it's me as a person, me as BricksOBrian, the overall outline of the show and how it would operate. So it's done in the sense that all the parts are there. And a lot of it actually isn't very explanatory because I'm also presenting while it's happening. So a lot of it is, you know, is going to happen while I'm up on stage and being basically a big part of this is I have to be very personable. I have to be very comfortable being myself, explain it articulately in the moment. So there is some prep I can do for it, but it also really comes down to me just being cool, composed, and just be on it. And I can't really do that until I'm there. So that's kind of how I work best too. So I'm good with it. But yeah. It is available to look at. So I'm not obviously handing this out willy-nilly here, but there's definitely been some people that have been very interested to give feedback, meaningful feedback. So I will share it with them. But yeah, you kind of know who you are. So yeah. But now that it is, all the pieces are in place, we're good. We're you know, if I had to hand it in right now, I'd be fine with it. You know, made it a little pretty, whatever. If only Brian was comfortable being himself, right? I know. I do think wearing the full banana suit's a great idea, though. I agree with you. Actually, there is a picture in the Who I Am as a Person that shows me with the banana head on. Because it basically outlines, you know, I'm not afraid to commit to the bit, you know, and that's what would make a show that I would host or be part of very special, you know, not being afraid to like get into it, you know. Remember, if you end up having your show, that Minecraft people will be on your tail for a while. Oh, I'm aware. But, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown, in a way. And it is not a competition, by the way. They could be interested in everything that we're doing. They could be interested in nothing that we're doing. And that's kind of that. Where's the vault? So it really just comes down to if they like what the idea is. And the unfortunate but beneficial part of situations and opportunities like this is they have to like who you are. And being likable is a very big portion of a lot of this stuff, you know? Like being able to not just be something you're not, but like be able to relate to people and, you know, not be afraid of who you are, but you know, whatever. So of all the skills that I have, I'm very comfortable being myself because I do it every day. So I'm very, very good about that. Do you know if they plan on giving feedback or just yes, no, like traditional auditions? So the way it is, the panel that's happening on the day, that's happening later in the day. So it's like the third to last thing of the day. So I go third. So that way, like we literally have a breakfast, we have a lunch, it's a whole day. So I'll be talking with people throughout the day and then leading up to the pitch. And then I basically reset a little bit. And then I have that panel afterward that you showcased on your stream there, Andrew, which, by the way, thank you very much for doing that. And happy belated birthday to Bricking Together as well. So I do have a little bit of time. You don't look a day over 65, Andrew. It's great. I do have a little bit of time after the pitch to talk with people, but it's more so going to be about the panel. And then before that, I got plenty of time as well. So I don't know if it's going to be feedback, but it's going to be a lot of conversations. So they could totally take nothing. They could totally take everything. Like I was trying to like talk with some of the people involved, and I'm like, you know, what could come of this? And basically everybody's like, there's not really a definitive, like, you know, not whatever. So go there, see what happens. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Read these lines in the voice of the French cafe waiter. NC, welcome. So, yeah, so that's done. Listen, I'm not going to speak in an accent. Or anyways. So, okay. It is done. If you would like to see it, you know, wandering eyes only. But anyways. Brian's doing a bunch of work for some executives trying to figure out how to get more TV, more money. Yes, but if I can get more money in that process and then give back in all the meaningful ways that I can, yes. You have $4 of Casneo tickets for the Encore? Nice. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. AKA how TV can be more like, listen, if you want to see the deck, all right, this is not an open call out, by the way. I'm being very particular about, you know, who I see this with. And if you've given me constructive feedback before, then, you know, you're more inclined to have that, right? It's just practice for the audition. Oh, no. Yeah, no, not that kind of audition. Sherry, this is not my last episode. It's a finale. It's a finale of this thing, of the Italian Ghost Hunter. You got to read the full. You got to read the full title. You got to read the full title of the. So you know it's gonna be a nice thing. It's gonna be a nice time. So I'm yeah. So yeah, meow. Yeah, meow. Do not want to see it. I have to make 3 of my own. Well, thanks for your support. So I'm gonna totally forgot to comment pictures. Is it too late for the sake of the deck? Yes. Yes, I already have it in place. If you want to still post on the thing, on that Mom Squad post, you totally can. I mean, I love seeing like all the posts that came through from the Mom Squad were excellent. Shout out to the Mom Squad and to everybody in Discord who sent in pictures and stuff. That saved me a ton of time and like pulling my hair out of my head, man. Like, you know, what the thing that you know, people like this want to see is like they want to see would this work? Is there already a connection, you know, with the person and then the intended audience and whatever. So all that stuff is just amazingly helpful, you know. So I'm really appreciative of that, and like just the most adorable pictures that have ever existed of, you know, wearing merch and I don't know, with the books and everything. It was awesome. It was awesome. So yeah. So very, very, very grateful for that. So yeah. Let's see. We'll do that. And then that. Okay. So yeah, man. That's what I got going on right now. So yeah, that was my entire day today, along with some grocery shopping. Always fun. Always very fun. And it's kind of it. It's kind of it. Wish I had more eventful stuff to share with you. Yeah, right. It's fun. Fun stuff. Again, I think it's going to be a pretty chill Monday. Picture still open, so all the pictures that I would need for the pitch deck are submitted and done. I have so many pictures between what's featured for the community and for you know, everything. So I'm very, very thankful for that. I did do an awesome cameo today. Yes, I did a cameo for Haley, who it is their 8th birthday today. 8th birthday. You too can get a shout out video for any occasion. Here it is. Get the long chicken sandwich from Burger King. Great. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful shout out video there. I love doing those. Those are great. That voice bot is so extra. What? When are you playing Mario games? Funny you ask that, because I'm going to be playing some Mario games throughout the week, this week, and going into Monday of next week, because that's going to conclude what we have for the Super Mario March situation here. So if we take a look at in the wrong section of my folders here, because I'm semi in autopilot, here we go. Bada 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 bada, bada bada bada, bada bada bada, bang. Today is going to be finishing the Italian Ghost Hunter, and then Wednesday, Mario Kart, which we've obviously done a bunch of before, but a March Mario would not be complete without Mario Kart. And then on Saturday, gonna be doing the Pit of 100 Trials in Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, because I haven't done that at all. So I want to give it a shot on Saturday, see how far I can get, and make that happen. So that is the next time I'll be playing Mario games. It is Wednesday and Friday. And then Monday we'll be doing the Super Mario Sunshine with crowd control to cap off March. And then Wednesday is the Nintendo Direct. So Wednesday is probably going to be a longer one, because Saturday, not for Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. It's whatever it says right there. Saturday at noon. Yeah. I will be live streaming on Wednesday for the Nintendo Direct of the Switch 2. Probably going to be nabbing the pre-order on it, because it's probably going to go live at that time. And then I'll just continue live streaming for an undetermined amount of time, doing whatever. And that'll be the last live show I do before Las Vegas. So that'll be a important and fun one. So I don't know how long that'll go, but it'll go. So yeah. Gonna be at Dogman the Musical. There you go. Nice. Nintendo Direct is that Wednesday. It is April 2nd. Next Wednesday, April 2nd is when Switch 2 will be. Pit of 100 Trials. Yes, that'll be it. That'll be the last live show I do before I go to Hollywood. By the way, that is absolutely not what would happen, by the way. I would not get an offer on anything out of just that meeting in Vegas. That would be preposterous. Direct starts at 7 a.m. your time. It's gonna be a long day. It's gonna be a good day. Yay. Has Brian seen Dogman? You can literally, you don't need to refer to me as has Brian seen Dogman like I'm in the third person. You can just be like, hey Brian, have you seen Dogman? Maybe Braino Bricks has seen Dogman. I have not seen Dogman. I have not prioritized it at all, unfortunately. I have not done that. Okay. Oh, has Bread seen Dogman? No, Bread has not seen Dogman. Bread has only been seen one time. Of all the times. Only once. Only once there. Bread is not Dogman. All right, so just so I know where we're at and where things are, at 209 followers on the Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls Kickstarter project !Trolls, which by the way should have a lower third that goes with it. I don't know why it's not activating. Let's see if this can go. Yeah, there should be a lower third. Oh, you know why? Because it's still under book 3, like a Goomba.
Drink some
Let's
water.
go to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas! With How I Disappeared. How I Disappear with the resub for 15 months in a row. That's tier 1. Thank you very much. Listen, Lindsay, I'm too busy doing a pitch for my show in Las Vegas. I don't have, you know. Listen. I actually, there is a slide. There is a slide, a part of this pitch deck. I'll show you. This one I'll share. I'll share publicly. Just to give people a gist of what's going on. Just to give people a gist of what's going on. This one doesn't have any sensitive information on it. Not that any of this information is sensitive. Not really. Give me a half second here. This really shows the whole big picture here. We got Space Hobo in here, by the way. Space Hobo, who also has a birthday today. 76 years old. 76 years old for Space Hobo. It's wild. Very wild. Surprise. Very, very grateful he's still with us. Very grateful he's still with us. Happy birthday, Space Hobo. $1 million idea. Astro Canuck is the announcer at the beginning. He's too busy looking at the stars. He's too busy looking out of his new lens out of his telescope or whatever he has. Here's everything a content creator does, by the way. This is everything a content creator does every single day in some capacity. Everything from being the video editor, community manager, public relations person, marketing, recruiting, customer service, content distribution, videographer, making the videos, being the ad manager, accounting, copywriting, brand outreach, lighting director, market research, videographer, booking agent, creative writing, broadcast manager, IP production, audio engineer, technical support, broadcast manager. I think you get the point. I think you get the point.
2 or 3 or 5 or 6 years.
So if I fail at one part of this job for one day, I'd prefer to not be ridiculed for it. Thank you. You're the next Mr. Beast. I don't have the energy to be the next Mr. Beast. We should have Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls get moldy. We should let it accumulate mold. That would put us on par with Mr. Beast. Only 16 bookmarks away. Exclamation troll. Singular? Or it should be plural? It should be singular. Did I make it singular? No, it is plural. I'm not being a good brand manager. Troll singular. Overpriced chocolate bars? Well. And it didn't work there. Awesome. Love it. Why did that not work? Oh, well. Oh, it's probably got to refresh. Oh, well. Whatever. It's fine. Okay. Hibbity hobbity. Hibbity hobbity. Hibbity hobbity hobbity hibbity hobbity who. You get your mail? No, I did not. I was sitting here after I had gone grocery shopping, and I knew it was your birthday, and I'm like, oh, the one thing he probably wanted for his birthday was for me to check my P.O. box because of the thing Space Hobo sent me, and I still haven't done it because I'm a Goomba and a cake. So I will do that as of Wednesday. I'll do it on the Wednesday live stream. I totally forgot. And I also did not send out the order that was put out on the shop last night. So I didn't send that out today either because I was focused on the pitch deck, so. But now it's done. So at least there's that. At least we got that. Yeah. Now I want to go. Now I want cake to go with a long chicken sandwich. Long chicken sandwich. When are you gonna do fan mail? Short answer is not anytime soon, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I have a lot of mail. A lot of mail. So I'm gonna get started on the Italian Ghost Hunter. This is the final part, which means it will be done today. It definitely will be done today. Mifto Blind is a bivy swimmer. I'm a bit. No, excuse me. I'm not a live streamer. I'm a community manager, video editor, technical support, creative writer, IP protection agent, an audio engineer, host, a graphic designer, recruiting person, marketing manager. He's a live streamer. Money counter? Where is money counter on that list? Where is it? Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, I didn't pull up the instructions. I'm a Goomba. Tax preparer, I put accountant on there. I put accountant on. I mean, not all that stuff happens every day, but what Brian doesn't tell you is that he has a very nice redheaded assistant in the background doing all the stuff he doesn't worry about. He's just a streamer. Space Hobo. You flatter me. How did the pitch go? The pitch hasn't happened yet. It'll happen on April 6th. So 2 weeks from now, it will be done. 2 weeks from now, it'll be done. And yeah, so the milestone that is happening in real time here, just to keep things kicking, we are super, super, super close to 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. It says 20,000 there because YouTube bumps it up if it's within a certain margin. So we're so close. We're so close to 20,000. So if you have not subscribed over on the YouTube channel, please do so. Exclamation YouTube, it should be. That should be it. Not 500, not 100K on that one. Yeah, there you go. Exclamation YouTube. Thank you, Beth. You only got all this stuff going on. I appreciate you. I think I'm on the last bit of instructions on this. But yeah, basically, YouTube gives you a little bit of a buffer when it comes to this stuff, so, you know. Rest in peace, Princess Cinnamon. She's gone. Gonzo. Had to get rid of her. Cooked. I'm on... So there's 6 instruction booklets. I'm still on 5. I'm almost done with them, and we're on 5. Hey, we replaced the Princess Cinnamon emote with Zebra Gamer, which is fine by me. It's fine by me, I guess. We'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, Princess Cinnamon is a character in the Pro Gamer's Guide world or whatever, you know. There we go. No, I know we'll get there at some point there, Nafe. But thank you for your kindness there. It's just a matter of keeping at it, you know? Keeping at it and making it happen. We are in a fresh week without Mr. Zebra Gamer, y'all. Wild. Wild. I don't even remember who she was. She was from the Coffee Kingdom Quest poster, which, by the way, was the first instance of a troll being brought into the Pro Gamer's Guide lore. A lot of people didn't notice it, but there's plenty of Easter eggs in there. So, what else will you do in Vegas? What else is there to do there? So, one of the things I'm doing, Joseph, who is my partner manager, he works with BattleBots as part of his agency that he has, and they have invited us to go and watch BattleBots, among other things that will happen while I'm there. But yeah, BattleBots will be a thing that I go and see, which is super exciting. And yeah, there's definitely going to be no... I'm not going to party. We're not there to party. We're there to, like, you know, do the thing. But yeah, I'm not really a party. I'm not going to be out till 5 in the morning on any night. And then also at NAB show, I'll be doing a author event at the shop that they have there, which will be free to attend, by the way. If anybody watching this is anywhere near Las Vegas, I haven't put together the social media post because there's so much stuff going on, but I will be doing an author event at NAB show, so you can go see me, sign a book, whatever. That is happening. So yeah. Zebra Gamer did retire. Yes, you can watch the video on his channel, but that he pretty much doesn't give any other information than that. He literally just said that and he's out. He's like, see ya, I'm out, gone. Well, all right, he's gone. There he is. So, hey man, meow meow. Meow meow. Kevin, do you think we're hitting 225 tonight? I don't think so. I don't think so, Kevin. Kids welfare left up to Brian, dude. He literally said, the children are your responsibility now. And I said, oh, thanks. It's like Santa Claus. He's like, it's up to you now, kid. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, man. Meow, meow, man. Meow, meow. Meow, meow. I still don't have this camera fixed, so I haven't dedicated the time to doing it. So we're sticking with one camera angle today. Nope, we're not hitting 225 tonight. Kevin doesn't believe. Kevin doesn't believe. I tend to be with him there, too. What time is it over in Saudi Arabia? What, midnight? 1? Something like that? Yes, this is going to be the angle, by the way. I'm sorry. I don't have any better camera angle for you than this. I'm sorry. Time to get an air conditioner. It's BricksOBrian channel time in Saudi Arabia, right? I take it you're excited about Vegas. I mean, imagine if I were not, like, yeah, of course I'm excited. This Luigi angle is you scolding your child in a Luigi outfit. Yeah, I'm excited to show them what... Oh, we're gonna be here a while. Excited to show them what I want to do with a show and how you know you can adapt it to a like basically I'll tell you what secured me this opportunity more so than I mean it was having the right pitch, of course. You guys can see me, right? Yeah, you can. It's obviously having the right pitch, the right idea, but it's also all of my experience with, like, uploading stuff to Roku and Kadoodle and all that. That's what kind of got me this. Like, that's what set me That's what set me apart from most other people. And, you know, my experience doing that alone, that was, you know. And also the other thing that will really play into my favor is not even the presentation as much, but that panel I'm doing later on that day. You know, they say that luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and the preparation is definitely meeting the opportunity, you know what I mean? So that's that. So Aster Dragon, hello. Enjoy your lurk, Zahora. When will I play Fortnite? I can't say anytime soon. I will be doing Mario all this month, and then we got the Nintendo Direct, and then oh, dude, the Kickstarter happened. So, dude, oh, there's so much. Yo, this is gonna be rough. April's gonna be muy bueno. Well, you got me the entire time I'm here, from when the Kickstarter begins through it ending. I'll be around a ton, obviously. How big is Luigi compared to Yoshi? He is slightly taller. Slightly taller. Slightly taller. Just put off sleeping till later. Actually, Collector fam, that is actually the worst thing I could possibly do. So one of the things I've been putting a big emphasis on is actually getting a lot of sleep, and I've gotten the most sleep now that I have in a long time. And I kind of need that because I need to be at my absolute top of my game, right? And if I'm not, then I can't articulate myself properly, right? I'm just like not myself. So I literally, like, I'm watching, you know, interviews and stuff of and like behind the scenes and whatever, and I'm like decompressing. It's almost like you wrote about this, I know, right? But you know, finally putting pen to paper here a little bit more, you know. Mayday, welcome. A lot of people rediscovering the channel. I don't know whether I should feel elderly or thankful, or both. Maybe both is the appropriate answer. I think that's where it should be at. We got RC Spaceport in here, I know, earlier, hanging out. But yeah. According to Stream Elements, you're elderly. That's what we call rage bait. That's rage bait. And so, you know, I use their service for alerts and stuff, but you know, yeah, I wasn't falling for it, pretty much. Put it lightly. Oldest kid enjoys Pro Gamer's Guide to Healthy Habits. How would you mind saying what the age bracket is for the eldest? I mean, obviously, don't say if you're not comfortable, but just so I know for my you know, research purposes here. You're still young if they ask you for age identification every once in a while. I think age is a mindset.
Yeah. Oh.
13. So, you know, that's kind of doing the exact thing that I want Pro Gamer's Guide to do. I don't want it to be... It's obviously a picture book. It's for kids. But you can read it as like a 13-year-old as an adult reading it to your kid for bedtime, right? Like, I don't want it to be a story that, like, oh, this is a baby book. You know, I want it to be something that you don't mind reading aloud or whatever, you know, because those are the kind of books that I liked reading as a kid, you know. I still liked reading Dr. Seuss into when I was in like the first grade, second grade, and my teachers would write me a note to bring home that's like, hey, Brian isn't developing his reading skills properly. He keeps picking up this stuff, and it's like, well, it's just what I like. The fantastical worlds of Dr. Seuss and all that, right? I just like that stuff. Xander has his Pro Gamer's Guide book on his bed at all times. He's 12. And so another thing that is really, I'm going to be really interested to see, because obviously I'm bringing Pro Gamer's Guide with me, and obviously it's a big part of that pitch deck. Both mine as BricksOBrian and this Vegas pitch, because although this is the, you know, the Saviano show, whatever, right? Pro Gamer's Guide, the characters and how this all has come to be is a big part of who I am and how I've developed as a person and as a brand, you know, because a lot of people just have branding. They just have their icon, their banner, their whatever, and they call it a day, right? But then it's something else to like go beyond that and make a story out of it and make, you know, have other characters that are involved that people really care about and relate to and like, you know. So I'm curious if anybody at this convention is going to be like, oh, you make your own stuff. Like, would that really help me get, you know, whatever? I don't know. So we'll see. Mentioned potentially wanting to do streaming or YouTube. Talked about how the healthy habits are important for everyone, not just content creators. That's exactly the point. Yes. That is precisely the point. And I'm glad he recognizes that. Hadn't read in a while and had to start again with picture novel books to get back into it. Yeah. That's one way to do it too. I don't know. I just write about the stuff I relate to that are my strong suits, you know. I don't think you'll see me write a romance, you know, teen romance werewolf novel anytime soon, you know. Which, by the way, I was looking through what was it? Barnes and Noble. I was just perusing not too long ago. And I'm like, man, all this stuff, all those novels, they all look the same. Like all the covers, they all look the same. Like it's a black book with gold embossed big name on it with like vines around it. I'm like, it all looks the same. How do you... All right, like, you know. I guess it works, but not what I'm after, you know. Not what I'm after. Let me know if the music is good. I mean, you don't want to break out into the young adult romance novel genre. You know, I feel like I wouldn't strive in that market. I don't think even doing a dark and gritty Pro Gamer's Guide would work out that way. You know what's been really fascinating about the pitch as well is I'm like researching, like, you know, how do other shows operate? How does this all work? And there are shows, not just, you know, I'm not going to name any specifically just for the sake of it, but there's definitely some out there that have, like, you know, not a great social media, like I have more followers than the show does, you know, and I don't have a ton, not at all. And there's like 50 people working on a show. And I'm like, dude, if you gave me like 5 people to do really cool stuff with, we could like kill it. So that's what like is interesting about all this, and like why I want to do this is to like do something different, make it, you know, blow it out of the water kind of a deal, you know. because the more stuff I can do with the resources and whatever, you know, the cooler stuff you can do over a longer period of time. And, you know, instead of being like, hey y'all, here's a goal to, I don't know, do anything, and instead like a studio could just pay for it, and it's like, it's kind of a, that's what I think, but that's just me. Okay. But in the meantime, Luigi is coming out nicely. Again, this is the only camera angle I kind of have. He is just getting to be that height where it's just kind of, I don't know, obnoxious to deal with. But obnoxious in a good way. I've been, what else? Not Luigi? Yeah, definitely not Luigi. The Italian Ghost Hunter. There we go. So luckily he is symmetrical all the way up, so I'm kind of half in autopilot, thankfully, here. But you know, it's all good, it's all gravy. It's been a good Mario March so far. Been able to revisit a lot of games and do all of that. And then in terms of the game that this song is from, Mario Odyssey, I've not played Mario Odyssey as part of this month, which you might be like, well, why didn't I do that? That's because on April 26th for the Kickstarter, that's when I'm going to be doing Mario Odyssey, and for every book that is pledged during that first 48 hours, I'm going to be playing Super Mario Odyssey, as Mr. Kevin Hinkle is doing some drawing challenges alongside the gameplay there. So more details about that to happen. Noah trying to stoke the fire of conversation here for anybody who is watching on the Twitch side of things. What Lego game should Noah play? Stoking the fire of conversation. You can vote in the poll at the top of the chat. Should he play Lego City Undercover, Lord of the Rings, Batman 2, Star Wars, or Lego My Ego, which I don't know what that means, but it means something. I will abstain from voting to let the people vote. Which Lego game should Noah play first? Does Noah play Lego games? I'm fired. Somebody's getting fired. Hoggers. Behabs is cooked. Epic camera angle. Yeah, it's kind of a loogie camera angle, because this camera, well, I could, you know, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Are chaos votes on? They're probably off. It was a compliment. Thanks, man. Just say thank you. The most refreshing part about watching you, Andrew, is that I finally met someone specifically on Twitch. Because as you know, most people are very wholesome. They're very like Pick Stitch, right? He's like, oh my goodness, thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. How you doing today? My name is Pix. I'm, you know, welcome into the community. I'm a maker, I'm a crafter, I'm a founder, I'm a Canadian, I'm a cross, like he has this very welcome and wholesome vibe to him. And then you get to me and you, and we're like, get out of here! It's refreshing. It's refreshing. We got Lego Batman 2, Lego City Undercover. I just got here, but then I'll leave. Sheesh. Karen. Of the top 5 people I want to leave my live stream, you are not one of them. Millennium Makuma is, though. I wonder if the neighbors think I'm yelling at somebody. I wonder if they think I'm like yelling at somebody and it's like a skate, you know. I wonder, you know. Cause it is kind of unprompted. We can ban him with Zach. Well, do you want me to make a kickoff command for the Kickstarter? Sure. Sure. There goes Pickstitch. There he goes. There he goes. I was watching Lurkin with him while I was working on the pitch deck, and then he ended fairly, it felt like fairly suddenly. I'm like, oh, there he goes. Bye. You are that guy in the building? Yeah, but everybody else has their stuff too. Everybody else has their problems too. So it's like, I'm not like the Looney Tune. Everybody's a Looney Tune. And most of the time I'm fine. And it's, you know, it's not late at night either. So it's fine. I've never once had a complaint about noise anywhere ever. Maybe you're the normal one. Maybe I am. Why is Beth messaging me saying she's sorry? What did Beth do? Lindsay, what did Beth do? What did she do? Head's hot, Luigi. Yup. How you doing, Brian? The poll? Why would she be fired? Andy, welcome. Noah, you should play Lego Batman 2. I would have picked Lego City Undercover. And I totally just dropped a piece. I don't know which one. JK, I do. I will relay that. That's one green head. I don't know where that went. Day one back to life from Disneyland is rough, man. Wow. Disneyland. And they don't have anything going on right now. No festivals, right? Epcot has, they have a festival cooking right now. Well, so it's just like a random trip. Just for the sake. A pre-Brickslopes, Colorado, decompressor. I don't know where that piece went. I would have said Lego City Undercover. That's my choice of the bunch, but I remained agnostic. I don't want to influence you too badly here. I feel like I need this piece. Easily the choice is Lego Loco for tie between Lego Batman 2 and Undercover. Yeah, then do Undercover. I'm just missing a piece, man. Food and wine at California Adventure. Oh, nice. Sort of a Make-A-Wish thing from the charity that Brickslopes does called Heel Hall Cancer. Nice. We stand charity. We stand wonderful organizations. Glad it was a good trip. That's what you want to hear. Never been to Disneyland, but I've been on Disney World recently and it was great. I'm a Disney World fan for sure. Ah, that's where that goes. I'm a Disney World fan. I want to go back, but I got enough stuff cooking. But I feel like you know, we can leave that off the docket for a minute and be okay. I think Brian wants to play Lego City Undercover again. Absolutely not. You know, I have played pretty much every Lego game to ever come out, and I am quite okay right now. I'm good. I would much rather finish this loogie and continue my day. Kind of where I see myself going right now. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. I had a feeling it would be a mellow Monday night. I feel like people are getting ready for the week ahead. It is spring break, is it not? I did not know it was spring break, actually. I did not have anybody straight up tell me it was spring break, but I've heard through the grapevine it is. After you become Hollywood O'Brien, you can do Disneyland. True. Yo, what I really want to do is link up with Universal and then convince them to let me set up shop in Orlando so I can go to work. Kind of like what they have at the Universal lot in LA, but instead I can just do it in Orlando or wherever it technically is. And I can do the show live from Epic Universe. You know how sick that would be? Do you know how sick that would be? I did not yet, Levi, but welcome. In Martin, California, they call it Ski Week. After Luigi will be the bulk of what I do today, yes. And expand the seats on the rides. Listen. I actually had a, you know, the rich people's spring break. Oh, yes. 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 Let's go to the resort. Let's go. Yes. You'll be doing that soon? I kind of don't want to. I don't want to go alone to a ski resort. That sounds kind of miserable. Like, I don't have a direct desire to do. I don't like. I've never had an aspiration to like live the high life. Not really. I just want to, you know, if anything, just want to make sure my people and I are taken care of. It's about all I can hope for. About anybody can ever hope for or want. I have listened to Rap God. Yes, I have. What's your favorite color? Mine's purple. I like blue. I'll go skiing with you, Brian, so you won't be alone. Hey, thanks, man. Kelly can hold down the fort with the live streams. You and I can go skiing, cross-country skiing together. We can share skis. Just a boys' trip, you know? Just a nice trip together. Be great. Just the boys. Can't wait. There it is. You know, one of my first meetings with Andrew, he said, you know, Brian, I think you're going places, man. Don't forget about the little people. And I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you? It's kind of, you know, it's kind of wild. Kickoff stream for Kickstarter for pro gaming. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I need to open the other bag, do I not? Isn't tonight a night where you guys live stream as well, Andrew? I think I gotta open a bag. Oh, I opened the wrong bag. Did I really? I think I did. Whoops, you want to let it gotcha. I don't like how wordy it is, but it's working. Yeah, that's generally the issue I encounter. That's a thing that I've refined from the first Kickstarter all the way up to where it is at now. I've definitely gotten less wordy with stuff. Can you rap Rap God? I could, but you would need to give me $1,000. Please give me $1,000 and then I'll do that. $1,000 USD. Not Monopoly money.
Brian! Yeah, oh.
I can give 1 penny. Is that enough? No. You know what I really want, actually? You know what I really want? A deep pan pizza from Domino's. That's what I want. Like one of those pan pizzas that have the caramelized crust. Oh! Delish. Don't forget about the short, tall, bigger people, not just the little people. I'll forget everybody. The ones in the black box. Yummy, yummy. Yummy bo Lumby. So good. So good. You want to feel really bad about yourself? Boy, do I got a pizza for you. And it's not that one because it's delicious. Man, thank goodness I'm not a food reviewer. You know how bad that would be? I'd be several hundred more pounds. I'd be gargantuan.
Anyway.
That'd be really bad. You will always remember me. I'll forget about people once I swap out my phone numbers. That's how you know. That's how you know I'll change. I've changed. If I swap my phone numbers, if I go from my personal number now, like if I have a business number, that's fine. But if I have a new personal number, that's how you know things are different. That's how you know things have changed. Shout out to Kevin for trying to come in clutch here. Yeah, I'll workshop that as well because I think I can get that. Yeah, you can get that even shorter. But I'm not gonna workshop the command right now. That's the copywriter part of that content creator job description. Because that's exactly what that is. Copywriter is somebody that writes out all the copy for updates and blog posts and social media and whatever else that the job may require. That's pretty much that. Space Hobo, did you do anything special for your birthday? A birthday meal? A quality time with anybody? Sleeping in? Whatever it might be. You had a 3-cheese pizza on Saturday. Nice, I'm jealous. There's that kickoff live stream. So yeah, we're going to be doing a multi-hour live stream. I mean, I'm going to go for a long time. I don't know about Mr. Hinkle, but I will be there playing Super Mario Odyssey. Going to be doing some drawing challenges or witnessing Kevin do drawing challenges. You don't want me doing that. But there's going to be some good times to be had. So tune in on the crab was born the last time we did this. Was it really? Was it really? Hang with the family and go and eat. Got new glasses and a new video game. Nice. What game? You got to say what game you got, dude. Was it the new Assassin's Creed? Which I forgot. I'm a Ubisoft partner. There are opportunities for me to get games like that. Katie with the clutch there. Okay. I've been playing AC Shadows. There you go. Good stuff. It's been a long time we did all the coloring book sketches. Yes, we did. So you never know what might make it into the cut of Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls with this upcoming live stream here. We don't know necessarily how people are going to go... we don't necessarily know how people are going to be able to submit requests or do anything, but we'll be sure to include as many people as we can and make it a good time in general. Is the Assassin's Creed game? It's amazing. I've heard it was good. Assassin's Creed has never been a franchise I've been into, so I can't really speak to it really as much. It's... I applied to be a Ubisoft creator, and I got it, but it was only... I did that only after Mario Rabbids came out, the new one came out. So, like, unfortunately, there isn't really any other games Ubisoft does that I'm, like, super interested in. So I kind of applied to get this thing, I got it, and then unfortunately I haven't, like, done anything with it at all. Which I feel like is a missed opportunity, but, you know, if I'm not naturally gravitated toward a game, I'm not really gonna force it, you know? Like, even Star Wars Outlaws was like a game, you know, I wish I was more passionate about, because I know people played it, but it's unfortunately Rayman and Rabbids are the only things that I'm really into with Ubisoft. Gotta do Assassin's Creed. Shadows is really good. I'm loving it. Well, I'm glad. You know, I wanted to play 3 and Black Flag because 3 is Revolutionary War, Boston, etc. But I just didn't I didn't get to it then, and there's so many games out there, man. There really just is. Does anybody else have anything in their backlog that they're looking to get through soon enough? I have a Red Dead Redemption that Mr. Anthony got me for my birthday that is still on deck. But I need to find a game that I can play while listening to other stuff, where Red Dead is very much a story-driven game and obviously not family friendly. We're gonna find something that is you know, a good decompressor game. I did kind of cap out my time on No Man's Sky, so I'm no longer really doing that. Crack the window there. Echoes of Wisdom, gotta finish that. I gotta start that and do that on live streams and such. That is on the list. Book 5 is done, rather. Book 5 is done. What a book number 6. The final book. You know, open my copy of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. You know what's the most interesting part of getting older? R3 Craft, welcome. The most interesting part about getting older is when I would watch, you know, videos when I was younger, you know, people would talk about how, you know, they haven't had the time to do, or rather, they don't have the time to do ABCD XYZ, right? And I'm like, how do you not prioritize building that Lego set or playing that game or doing whatever? And obviously, a big part of that is being an adult and having other obligations come up. But like, you know, realistically, if we really wanted to, we could prioritize the time and do the thing that we want to do. We just haven't dedicated the time to doing it, you know? So that's what I've kind of, you know, told myself. Not even convinced, because it's true. Like, Kevin, you could have opened that copy of Tears of the Kingdom a while ago instead of, you know, all these other things that, you know, you could or could not have been doing, whatever, right? But other more interesting and amazing things happen, right? You could have played Tears of the Kingdom instead of going out on a date with Sarah, you know? You could have. It's a true thing. Hey, Skywalker, welcome. So it comes down to, like, just not prioritizing something, and that's fine. I hate that time. I could have, you know what's really funny? I was talking about this with Joe the other day regarding the Las Vegas thing, which, you know, again, I don't want to come off like I'm showing off, so hopefully that continues to not be the sentiment. But, like, if I had not replied just, you know, until the day after or whatever, or if I gave any different of a pitch, or he never brought it to me in the first place, like, it really is one of those random one-off things that happen, and now it's kind of blossomed into what it is, and who knows what it could be. And it's funny to think about, like, how life goes and how one thing. Yeah, show off some chat. Zach, welcome. You know, how any one thing could change the course of life. You know, ducks, welcome. You know. So it's just funny how it all works out, you know. Like if I had given any different of a pitch, just looking at this example here. Because admittedly, and this happens to, I would say, anybody who's a full-time creator that kind of takes it seriously, and even people that don't. But there will be, you know, emails of people reaching out to do a random whatever thing like that. Like this stuff happens all the time. Random, you know, nonsensical, whoever, whatever, all the time. It really does happen all the time. And did I mess up? Awesomest, welcome. I think I messed that up. Yeah, random stuff happens all the time. So, if I just blew that off, who knows what would have happened? But yeah, you're right. All it takes is one. And that's where that preparation meets that opportunity. Zach, I was saying earlier, the pitch is done. I have to show you. Zach was very kind in giving me some pointers and feedback with stuff. So, yeah, man. Zach was working on some Gundam all day today, and we'll be doing ZNB Live Unfiltered, or the Unfiltered Lego podcast on Thursday at 7. We're currently working on the Italian Ghost Hunter. I'll do a spin around in a second here and show you what it looks like. Once I finish this layer. The eyes are completely done. So yeah, that's the funny thing about life, man. You just never know when things could change and whatever. For good and bad. Maybe he'll finish it tonight. I will finish it tonight. That is what I intend on doing. It is definitely a chill Monday, which I kind of forecasted today, man. I feel like everybody's got a case of the Mondays. Hardcore. I actually slept pretty decently, so. Intend under. Well, truthful. 9,783 more bits for a brand new animation. RC reminding us that yes, all it takes is that many more. It is quite a bit to get these handmade illustrations to be a thing. So, Draco, welcome. So the next animation will be greenlit once we hit that milestone there. That is just under 10,000 bits away. You can do cheer 1, 2, 3 to have Cecilia the cat lick you, chatters. Which, I don't know who would not want to be licked by a Blue Cat. You know, it seems like a pretty esteemed honor. You know? Or any of the other bit redeems that are out there. But obviously we have the Kickstarter project coming very soon as well. So a lot of cool stuff in the fire here. Sister wants to know what I had for dinner. I had a small steak and cheese from Market Basket. And then a banana. Later on, after that. Right before I started, basically to fill me up for the night. And even though I had a steak and cheese tonight for dinner, the weight loss is still going in the, it's still going in the right direction. We're still in the right direction here. So just for making little changes over time here, everything is going as good as it can. Given everything, yeah, no horrifically bad decisions yet. I don't know where this piece fell off of, but yeah. Yeah, no, things are still going well. So the thing with losing weight too is the scale will fluctuate very heavily from day to day. So I'm not getting discouraged by it at all, but it's just interesting, you know, watching as things have been happening and, you know, making the right choices and all that. But what I'm very thankful that I haven't done, and what I do not want to do, is I do not want to sacrifice the food I actually want. Like, if I want to get something, I'm going to get it. I think life is too short to be like, unless there's obviously a dietary restriction or health otherwise, right? But like saying like, oh, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, life's short, man. You know? The Zebra Gamer Flex from Mr. McLeod, welcome. Lost 32 pounds since July. Good for you, Kayla. Love to hear that. That's remarkable. So it's also about doing that the correct way as well. You don't want to I mean, I don't want to be unhappy while I'm losing weight. Life's too short, man. I'm good. And the mods are cooking tonight, dude. They're cooking. Camera be wonking. Life is too short. Follow the channel. That's true. That's true. Life is too short. How you doing today, Anthony? Hopefully good. We gotta find a more polite way to phrase it. It's amazing, like, it's still funny that RC goes from like being the meme driven mod over in Zach's channel to then like actually needing to be a mod here. We gotta phrase it a little more politely here. For any, you know, new people. Yes, we do. There's something missing, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I see what you're saying. We're very close to hitting 20K. Very, very close. So we're not quite there yet. YouTube, like Twitch, bumps it up when you get close to a milestone, so it bumps it up. So we're not quite there yet. We're looking for like 10 more subscribers on the channel. That's not to say that I don't want to celebrate now, but you got to be tactical. I don't want to be on the wrong side of the any of the mods. It is fairly easy to not be on someone's bad side. I got a wing of 180 over here, yeah. We need to get more ban appeals so we can do a ban appeal stream? No, because some of the ban appeals are genuine. Some of them are like, I'm not trying to be like Scarecrow in The Dark Knight Rises up on the mound of papers with the gavel. I'm not trying to bring that vibe here. Suppose Sam commands are going out to Twitch and YouTube? Yes, they are. Generally speaking, they are. Hey. Steve, welcome.
Steve!
Hey, Steve. You may have my favorite mod command. Like when you enter in. Steve is here for a while or until his son starts destroying his Lego collection. No lies detected. Yeah, so most people watch on Twitch for sure. YouTube is for the sake of obviously reaching people who may not otherwise be watching on Twitch or don't have an account or aren't comfortable making an account or whatever. Also to have it logged after the initial 30 to 90 days of it being stored on Twitch, and then, you know, helps out with the channel. Maybe new people discovering whatever, right? So, you know, it generally, yeah, there are less people watching over there, but that's fine. A lot of people lurk, a lot of people whatever. I gotta start broadcasting in short form on Twitch and YouTube eventually here, because Twitch is going to have it as part of a native feature when they're broadcasting. Is Isabel's the same thing? But yeah, it's Isabel. W non-existent, sure. All right, so finally the hat is going to start to make a connection with the fingertip there, which is a big thing about the posing of the model, is that it is Luigi like kind of pointing to his hat. And it also structurally reinforces the model. Gotta be careful with it. It's only 2 plates of connection between the hat and the finger. As of right now, it might be 3, but it's very, very minor. Okay. There's a lot of... Oh, because I opened the other wrong bag first. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you for everybody hanging out here. And yeah, thank you everybody for 20,000 subs on the main channel there. You know I haven't been uploading not nearly as many gameplay driven videos as I've wanted to, of course, but you know, if life would slow down for 30 seconds or more bandwidth opened up, you know. Frog Boy, welcome. And what's really been interesting, yeah, because we got Pit of 100 Trials coming too as well. What's really been interesting too is I've put together all of the statistics from all the platforms and stuff. There's a lot of people that watch on Roku and a lot of people that watch on Kidoodle, man. And I haven't even really advertised or talked about it at all. There are well over 1 million views from just a small sliver of my series from Kidoodle alone. I think it's at 1.25 million plays. Just on there. Which I'm like, oh, that's a lot. All right, cool. You know? So that's kind of cool. And obviously all those numbers and stuff help when it comes to preparing a pitch like this, you know? Now in your Glinda Easter era, nice. Good stuff. I was just wondering if you were still in Kidoodle. We don't use it these days. I'm definitely still on there. It's just like part of the infinite list of obligations I have as a content creator. Content distribution is one of them. And the fact that everything takes so long to, you know, upload it. And Kidoodle has a manual review process. So if something isn't, you know, if I happen to say anything, which does not happen often, but, you know, if it does happen, then I have to go back and edit everything and have to wait for it to get approved. And there was actually somebody that emailed me the other day and was like, hey, can you upload more stuff to Roku? Like, my family loves watching it. And I'm like, I would love to. It's just, you know, it's a long process. BricksOBrian needs a team of help with that. Yeah. Yes, I do. And I did, like I was saying, if you give me a team of like 5 people, like 5 really solid people, you know, I think that's when stuff gets serious. That's when we're really cooking. Cried multiple times watching Wicked. See, I watched it. I did not get that vibe out of it. I was like, you know, this is obviously very good, but I was not like from it. I don't know what that is, but like I wasn't very like moved. I'm glad you were. I don't know what I could have or should have taken from it, but, you know. Are you going to see the Minecraft movie? I will see the Minecraft movie. Not immediately when it comes out, because I will be in Las Vegas. Actually, no, it comes out right before I leave. I could see it right before I leave. But will that happen? I don't know. But welcome, Abyss. Something operatic, musical stuff that just gets me. You know, I was close to tearing up with Wonka, actually, just because that story, I kind of get it. In some ways, not every way, but you know, I really enjoyed that. All right, so just about done with all of the flesh of Luigi, which makes it sound really weird, but you know, the flesh, the skin tone here. Let me just get the rest of this part of the hat done, and I'll turn him around. You can kind of tell he's coming together, though. This is also when it gets kind of difficult. Trying to make sure everything lines up properly. And I've been doing a lot of talking and processing and doing everything. So it is very likely that I'm going to mess up some way, somehow. I have not played Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on Switch yet. But yeah. You can't find me on Kidoodle, so it is a little bit harder to find me. If you look up... You should be able to look up BricksOBrian. Maybe separate Bricks space O space Brian. My stuff is definitely on there, I know that. Cynthia Erivo can sing the house down. Yes, she can. Yes, she can. Now, since I saw part 1, I'm obligated to see part 2, and that will be, I think, Thanksgiving? I think so. So that'll be a good holiday movie. Part of me wants me to skip right to the holidays, even though I know there's a lot that happens between now and then anyways. Like, I'm low-key ready for Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving again. Part of me also wants to fast forward ahead of this, the pitch. Part 2 of Wicked. Part 2 of Wicked. Part of me wants to fast forward through this, although obviously it's a very cool opportunity. You know? Just to get on the other side of it and be like, all right, is there anything that might happen or not? Or... It's just a whole brand new thing, you know? Been trying to really, like, sit with how I feel on everything. It's a lot of, like, reflection, I guess. I'm just kind of talking out loud here. If anybody has a must-answer question or a topic they want to shift to, I wouldn't mind that, as I'm kind of low-key in autopilot trying to get this guy together. Said November 25th, and shocked to see it was coming out so soon. Yeah, they probably recorded both at the same time. They revealed the gift of the... Yeah, you know why? Because it's going to get unveiled tomorrow then. Because they're technically in tomorrow, that's why. So they're waiting on Lego of America to make the announcement for tomorrow, but they wanted to get ahead of the gift of purchase. Is it still April 1st? For the release date? You found a young Brian on Kidoodle? It's me. What was your least favorite game you played on camera? Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Very repetitive. I wasn't that much younger. It was only like 3 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. Doesn't have a date, it seems. Cowards. They can't release it on April 1st. It's too short. They need more time to promo. Something must have happened. I guarantee you Pokemon had something to do with it. Or something else didn't line up properly. All right, here's Luigi so far. Yeah. Space Hobo, are you reacting to what I was saying in the video? Taking a power nap? Uh-oh, Karen Day with a 10,000 channel point question. Space Hobo now gonna watch all the Canoodle content, thank you. You too can ask a must-answer question with your 10,000 channel points accrued on twitch.tv/BricksOBrian. Right now today, before all the things that will happen post-April because you'll have to adjust even less bandwidth soon. Karen is hyper-fixated that everything is gonna come out of this, and I'm kind of here for this energy. What would you give up today to divert the bandwidth you have right now to other things you would like to focus on? Karen, wow. So essentially what Karen Day is saying and asking is what you're working on today would you forfeit in order to focus on whatever is going to come out of Las Vegas or no, hold on, let me make sure I read this properly. Like what would you be willing to forfeit today to focus on what you want to do in the future? Great question. Leave Las Vegas out of it as if it's not even happening. Okay. What would I forfeit today to focus on what I want to work on in the future? I really don't want to deal with any of the logistics of what I do. I don't want to deal with the business, the like 80% of the things that are on that slide I showed earlier on. Okay, I can show you right now. 80% of the things on this slide right here, I really don't want to do. I don't want to do any of this. I don't want to be the marketer. I don't want to be the IP protector, the technical support, the contract negotiation, the accounting, the travel coordinating, the brand out. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do any of this at all. And the unfortunate reality of it is, unless I have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscribers, it's like most people I would have dedicated to doing stuff in that realm would not be practical, or there wouldn't be enough work coming into like whatever. Like, for example, trying to find somebody to be a sales representative for Pro Gamers Guide, mission impossible. Mission impossible. Because it's either not enough units that are moving as of right now, or, you know, generally speaking, that's not how the business works. It's like a publisher will have multiple books that they're offering at once, and then everything's done kind of, you know, 2 or 3 people at a time, right? And then it's like, oh, do you want to forfeit creative control and potential financial gain, or handle all of it yourself because it's done the right way, or like whatever? But all of that stuff, I just don't want to do. That is not the best use of my time. Like, the amount of energy that I've given to trying to, you know, find people to bring on board, to delegate more, and I don't want to say failed, but I have tried working with people or onboarding people, and it has not worked out for one reason or another. And like, I don't want to be recruiting people. And anybody that has ever gotten anywhere on YouTube, specifically, let's just say YouTube, call it just YouTube. And really any successful company, a business, a startup, or whatever, there's always like 2, 3, 4 people that kind of work on a thing together. they kind of like nest egg the thing and build and build and build and build and build and whatever, right? And I do all of it alone. So, for example, like Kevin with Pro Gamer's Guide, he does the illustrations, which is obviously a massive part of Pro Gamer's Guide, obviously. But it's also the everything else all the time. And like, I'm only one person. So it's either I have to convince people to just kind of trust me and work on this thing, or I need to take a loan, or I need to side with a company, or what, like whatever. Like, it's just this, like, I don't, that all becomes very difficult. So all of those administrative things, I absolutely want to turn away to whatever, to just get it out of here. Absolutely, 100%. And it's very timely that this kind of opportunity comes up because, you know, if these companies, right, these people, if they got a lot of money to dive into a brand new piece of content with creators that know what they're doing and can make awesome stuff happen. Like if you give me the this is the thing. This is what I've wanted for so long. If you give me the opportunity, I will crush it. I know I will, because I know I have enough confidence in myself to know that I will crush it. But you just have to give me the opportunity. And with Las Vegas, in this thing, this is an opportunity. So this is a step, right? So any path forward to getting rid of those administrative things, I think it involves having a literary agent and having the books traditionally published. I think it requires bringing on people that care and know what all of this is about. It's about having a competent video editor and just people that are available, you know? Most of that means you have to relinquish control over your idea in a lot of capacities. Are you at peace with that? I wholeheartedly believe that there is a certain level of that's required to make something happen. And I know well enough that not every idea I've ever had is a good idea. But in order to make anything successful, and I think right now the climate of
Bye for now.
me sounding really businessy. The climate of like certain things being made, right? If the companies listened to the audience more closely and read between the lines and deciphered what the intent of what they were saying means, then you would get less flops. It's not that we don't want a Snow White remake, it's that we don't want it to be done in this way. And instead, because of ABCDXYZ, it happened the way it did and now it's not doing well. So, I think anybody that has an inherently good idea, and after all these lessons that have kept getting learned, I think there's more opportunity for me to have the creative vision that's right for it be worked on. That doesn't really make sense. But like, I'm not necessarily worried about it. I'm not so protective over everything that I think there could be anybody that could truly ruin it. And all of this stuff is a collaborative process to begin with. Like we've learned from Star Wars, we've learned from Snow White is a very recent example, but a lot of this stuff that like, you know, you don't have to listen to every single thing that everybody has you know, if you listen to everybody about what they should do with Star Wars going forward, you'll never get anything done. Right? But you have to be able to listen to what people want and then do that in the way that you see fit. And that's actually the basis of the show that I'm pitching, is like having people be involved not like we're not going to be able to take every single thing that everybody says and make it possible. But okay, Karen suggested that we do this. Is this plausible? That's actually a pretty cool idea. Now, how do we do it, and how do we do it our way, in a way that satisfies us creatively and then also satisfies the network and does whatever, right? I think there is a happy medium there, and I'm willing to take the chance to explore it. So that's a long-winded way of me saying yes. But I've gotten to where I'm at today with all this stuff, with Kevin, with all of you, and it's gone really well so far. Now it's just a matter of adding more logs to the fire, putting some gasoline on it, and we can really cook. You know, I think there's a way to make it happen. It has found its time. You are ready. Karen's like the sage of the woods. Like, it is your time, Mr. Saviano. You will rise. And, you know, ideally, what happens is, like, you know, I could get to a point where, like, people just respect the creative vision that I have at the gate. Like, for example, okay, should everybody listen in regard to Star Wars? Does George Lucas know what he's doing all the time? No. Does he have a rough idea of what he's doing all the time? I would say so. If you look at how Episode 3 was made and how Star Wars was made in general, like, you can see the cogs turning and how they kind of got from point A to point B, right? But that doesn't mean all of it was, like, it's a very, like, iterative and creative, like, that's just a process. It's just messy. And, you know, I think if Disney, for example, took a little bit more from George Lucas and less out of, like, what their prerogative was, and didn't let Rian Johnson do anything in the first place, then I think the sequels would have been really good. So I know Zach M. Rutledge defends him for behind the scenes and stuff, but I'm like, So anyways. And there's also a different, I keep going on this tangent, I'm sorry. If anybody wants me to switch to a different topic, I can, or I'm going to shut up. What was I just about to say? Like, some people just have really stupid ideas and you got to shut it down, you know? That's a dumb idea. Like, for example, and sometimes a good idea comes around and it's not extrapolated upon. For example, all of you told me you wanted a BricksOBrian tent. And I'm like, that's a stupid idea. We're not doing that. And then it wasn't until, I think it was Karen, who was like, no, Brian, but, like, what if it was like a reading nook tent, like a reading tent? And I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. You're right. So as much as the internet can be the internet and be a bunch of Goombas and a cakes, there's some there. It's like when Dumbledore or Snape is taking that little memory, the little droplet out of their brain and putting it in the whatever, right? There's something there. You just gotta, there's something. And it's having the ability to decipher that from the nonsense is an art. And I think I have it. Which is what these people are looking for. They will have their opportunity to prove they really want Pro Gamers Guide to Taxes soon. That's not gonna happen. Kevin, we can't even get 225 bookmarks, let alone. Still want to see eventually we'll get one. I like my reading spaces. I think it'd be really cool. You said the same thing about the leggings and the body pillow and the blanket and the beanie? Well, the beanies haven't really moved, to be fair. Fake fans. Wow. Kevin just publicly called y'all out. Welcome. I was on the phone with the bank today, Brian. Why? Where's Pix? He's probably doing literally anything else besides being here. The body pillow predates me. Not by that much. It was actually fairly recent. That was what? November? That was November. There is a shot of the body pillow in the pitch deck, just so you know. I did include one. I did include one. With the numbers I see everywhere, 225 bookmarks should be easy peasy. Share it out with your Facebook peeps, your LinkedIn folks. Anybody who would be interested in a book about anti-bullying. I'd say it's a pretty meaningful topic, you know? So there's your must answer question, Karen. LinkedIn bet on it. There we go. What would that be, defeating trolls? It would be. So yeah, I understand there's a little bit of creative control that needs to be relinquished in order to make the thing happen, but I also think when it comes to this stuff, there's an element of, I kind of know what I'm doing. And unfortunately, a reality of this, and a reality of a life is like, you know, you just kind of have to trust me. At least in this situation with the pitch, right? Like if I have an opportunity to do something, it's kind of like, trust me, bro. I know what I'm doing. Which is not really a valid thing, which is why, you know, really a thing like a Kickstarter, right? That kind of proves that a company like a whoever could trust me, because I can take people's money to make a thing happen and like it not be perceived as a scam, because it's not a scam. What is... Oh, wrong way. Yeah, like, hey, here's, you know, $66,000 that we crowdfunded for these children's books. And we delivered on everything. And if it didn't get delivered on, we made up for it. And here's how we made up for it. Like, all these things kind of build up to this moment, you know? Kind of how this stuff sort of goes. That is huge. It is huge. Thank you for following. I keep anonymous follows on. Feel free to say something in the live show chat or don't. How you doing, Nils? Hopefully you're doing well today. Yeah. Luigi's cap. Now I'm going to connect that plate right there, right? Thank you for following. That's weird. Feel free to say something in the live show chat or continue your lurk. Well, Tony. Rating with a party of 15 quilters. Welcome, quilters. It's your boy, Brian Saviano, BricksOBrian. This is a big, tall, thick Luigi. that I'm building. Happy Monday to everybody out there. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you for choosing to rate here. Could have rated anywhere across the internet. Say hi to the raiders, everybody. Hopefully your live stream went well. I'm currently building the life-size Lego Italian plumber from Italian Ghost Hunter from Bricker Builds. Preparing for Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls that is launching on Kickstarter in just 32 days. The next adventure in the Pro Gamer's Guide series. Tackling what it means to combat bullying, which is obviously a very sensitive topic for so many today, which is why we're advocating for it so much as we prepare for launch on April 26th. Let me know what you were up to today, Quill Tony. Am I seeing you in 3 weeks? Man, that's coming up quick. That is coming up quick. Finished off a Starry Night quilt. Nice. Sweet. If you're rating, if anybody rate, not this year, but for a good reason. A good reason, you say? Being paid to go to France? All right, we get it. You're fancy. Fancy schmancy. Big old fancy schmancy. Well, good for you. That's a good one. Very, very happy for you. Have you been to France before? Is this a first time situation? Is this not built correct? Hopefully not. Hopefully it is. And for anybody that's lurking, thank you so much. Continuing this build tonight. The goal is to get it done. Never been to Europe, so really excited. Well, then that's exciting. That is definitely very exciting. I've only been to Amsterdam. Working a Fiverr show, teaching at a store, and 2 days off on my own to do what I want. Oh, very nice. So it's a full kit and caboodle situation. Good for you. Good for you. So I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong here. It's kind of a loaded question. France is the best and unbiased. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for rating. Feel free to stick around if you'd like, or if you got to decompress after your live stream. I know what that's like. So thank you very much for choosing to bring your people here. Hopefully they feel welcome and comfortable as I try to figure out what mistakes I've made. Not just with my life, but with Luigi specifically. I don't think I made any, even though it kind of looks like I did. All right, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your eating and otherwise. And thank you for the raid. Quill Tony makes quilts and does a lot of amazing stuff with charity work, including St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which she would be going to as part of Play Live, but is not because she's going to France. And that is definitely a cool opportunity. One of the, you know, what is happening here? Sorry, just got very locked in on Luigi here. I need a mallet to, like, whatever. That's what I need. Flaming Taco, welcome. All right, that looks fine. Just trying to make sure I get the story straight here. I love how earlier RC Spaceport said, Brian, I was on the phone with the bank today and he proceeded not to elaborate. French Epcot doesn't compare to meek imitation. Well, I kind of figured that would be the case. Yeah, I definitely messed something up here. I know what I messed up. Yeah. Well, thank you for the kind words. Heavens, this is large. Lila, welcome. The Pro Gamer's Guide for... No, don't do that, Rich. Come on. You don't even know what the tiers we have in store are. You don't even know what's out there. There's stuff that I haven't told anybody besides Kevin and Ray. Funny Figs. You guys know nothing. You don't know anything. There's stuff that Lila doesn't know about, that Lindsay doesn't know about. I like keep my secrets. Too bad nobody had 10,000 channel points. As part of the Kickstarter coming up, Kickstarter has given us access to the Pledge Over Time beta, which means you'll be able to, if you would like to, if it's more viable for you, pay for your pledge in multiple increments. So in case there are some larger tiers that you would like to be part of, or contribute more books to children's hospitals, which will play an important part of what we're doing here as well. You can totally do that. Obviously, don't put yourself out for more than what you are responsible for. Don't tell Lila it's like a mantra. It is. It is. If only we got to 225 bookmarks, you know what I mean? If only, if only. I am now 3 bags away on this one here from completing the Italian Ghost Hunter. We'll put this in the past. Will loom over my shoulder until the end of days. So as part of the Kickstarter, for sure what's happening, there are going to be, just like in previous Kickstarter projects, there will be opportunities to have a cameo in the book. And there will be an opportunity to, there's the link there. You can also become a troll. You can trollify yourself. You can troll yourself in Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls. Yes, that will mean you are technically a villain, but there were enough people that were like, that sounds fun. Let's do it. That were like, yeah, all right, cool. So if you haven't bookmarked Defeating Trolls on Kickstarter yet, you certainly can. That does not commit you to anything financially. It's just a means of supporting the hype leading up to the project launch on Saturday, April 26th. There will be some benefits for supporting on that first day, those first 48 hours rather. And we're going to be doing a live stream that day, celebrating the launch. I'm a villain. Every villain is a hero of their own story, as I say. And the deal has been, if it gets fully funded on day one, which will not happen, But there will be a Nintendo Switch 2 given away on that day. We'll do it. I told Lindsay the number. The relative number. If Lindsay is here, give your honest read. Do we feel like it could get funded on day one? You already forgot? You can literally look in your messages right now. It could? You think it could?
I don't think so.
John, welcome. We can't even get 225 bookmarks. I know, that doesn't bode well. Although, Kevin, I did inquire about a something I didn't post yet. I made an extra inquiry regarding the Kickstarter. The finale of Luigi, let's go, welcome. Exclamation troll. The bookmarks do cost nothing, that's true. A fire build? I would say so. I'm pretty satisfied with this so far. Almost done, as you may be able to tell. The best of the brothers, he says. The best of the bros. The best bros. I am slightly, I'll tell you right now, slightly nervous. So Lindsay, just so I know and see it for sure, what is your official verdict on the number? Do you think it will happen? Or, you know, by power. You think it's possible. Kevin, she thinks it's possible. She thinks it's possible. If that happens, I will literally poop my pants. It'll be work in the first 24, yeah. I did apply for Twitch front page. I don't know if I got... they said they would let people know. Okay. Are you gonna have fingernails left to come presentation time? I've actually stopped biting my nails. I've been only cutting my nails with clippers, specifically for this. You have everything you need? If you just believe. I know, proud of me? You should be. So it was actually my grandfather. He, I talked to him and he's like, oh yeah, it's really cool you got that going on, Brian. You know, 2 things you need in order to make a good, to really secure this, right? It's 1, you need a watch. You need a nice watch. And I'm like, all right, Howie, well, I can't. Where am I going to get it? Secondly, he's like, Brian, you got to stop biting your nails. So I said, all right, I got to stop. And so I literally bought the anti-nail biting thing, the nail polish, not nail polish, but it's like a brushed, basically nail polish. But it's not like it doesn't stay on. You can wash it off. And then also only using clippers to clip my nails. Get a men's manicure before you go. I mean, I should be fine. So it actually worked for me. No, I like, this is how laser focused I gotta be. Like, I'm not doing it because it's an unhealthy habit. I'm doing it because I don't want to mess this up. That's how locked in I gotta be. Put the bomb on your nails. Did you buy a watch too? So actually, my grandfather said he had a watch for me to use for when I go. And I'm like, all right. So I'm obviously not in a position to buy a watch of any kind, really. So my nails break through to work all the time. They look awful. Yeah, mine look pretty good, actually. I mean, compared to what they've been, where I've literally worn bandages and stuff because, you know, I bite my... It's not my nails, it's my cuticles. The cuticles are what get me. You do it when you're stressed? I do it when my mind begins to wander. I realize that. When I'm working on something and I get to a small roadblock where it doesn't like click with me right away, I'm like, it's force of habit. So now I'm like, okay, stop. Snap back into it. Here we go. Like, it's literally just, it's straight up discipline. It's just straight up discipline that I don't do it, dude. It's never too late for thousands of dollars in therapy. But I mean, you know, it could literally be, you know, somebody could look at me biting my nails, and I mean, that is subconsciously a sign of like, you know, I'm a nervous whatever, right? I don't want to give off that image. That's not who I am nor who I want to be. So I gotta stop. Gotta stop right now. Literally, like, it's the same thing with losing weight. I'm like, I'm either gonna stay this weight forever, or I'm literally gonna make a change today and stick to it. And I gotta change and stick to it, dude. Gotta do it. I can't, you know, some things, you know, like, am I aiming to give up caffeine? No. Do I want to? No. Everybody has a vice, right? But I can't stay one way forever, right? We gotta onward and upward, my guy. Pro Gamer's Guide to Watches, yeah. So here's the thing. Maybe we could put this on a poll with no chaos votes for the sake of it. So they're probably gonna give me a lanyard, right? You're gonna give me a lanyard with a badge and stuff. Do I swap out the NAB show lanyard with the very vibrant Pro Gamer's Guide one? Or do I try to blend in and look a little more professional and just wear the one they give me? You can make it a poll if you want, just for the sake of it. Doing something interesting. Now this is coming together. That does not need to vote. The answer is yes. I have gotten compliments on my lanyard before, but hey, feel free to vote. Which one? Pro Gamer's Guide or NAB? NAB, for those that don't know, are that is the name of the event in general. Let your Brian flag fly. Brian, it's your show. You need to represent your show anyway. Feel necessary? There we go. Yeah, it's a resounding yes. It's a resounding yes. There, I'm gonna swap it out. I'll do it. Of course. A BricksOBrian suit. I could wear the blue suede suit. That I'm not gonna wear. I'm gonna wear a navy blue suit. I gotta get it clean though, for sure. I gotta do that this week, I think. Gotta drop it off. Have the suit, some polos. Might be considered ungrateful if you wear your own because you're already plugging your stuff just to play devil's advocate. Yeah, that is a devil's advocate, but I think that would really just come down to like the individual person. You know, I think the right kind of person could say, "Oh, of course, if you have this identifier, this brand, this whatever, right? You should be wearing it because you need to advocate for yourself above everything else." And then other people could say, yes, that is ungrateful, right? So I think it really just depends on the person. Naomi, welcome. So yeah, I think it would come down to the individual person, their view on, I guess, life. They could say whether they, you know, approve or not, but they want you, not a copy pasta of everyone else. That's true. And although I am there to represent my own brand and stuff, before the pitch, there will be nothing that identifies me differently from everybody else, and the lanyard definitely being vibrant compared to everything else. Unless somebody specifically tells me, hey, wear the, you know, wear this lanyard. You need me walking around behind you with the big mascot outfits. It's my friend Space. He's baked into the contract, just so you know. Wear the Disney 2024 shirt. There we go. 98% of the votes. 96% rather, with a yes. Thank you, everybody. That's so last year, Brian. Like the 10th person to tell me. I could drive over not far. Unfortunately, the ticket to get in is $1,000, so... And unfortunately, I don't have that TV money yet. Well, yeah, because it's all like industry leaders and stuff. So you're hanging out with people with money? Yeah. Phoenix Live, resubscribing tier 1 for 3 months. Thank you, Phoenix. Happy Monday to you and yours. Thank you for being here, and thank you for resubbing. So you know what I'm going to do? You bet your bottom dollar I'm going to plug that Kickstarter with a QR code at the end of that pitch deck. You know what I'm saying? We getting that thing fun. Dude, for some of those people, that's a drop in the bucket. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? How can I melt this live broadcast right now? Nice $100,000. Consider that welcome, a signing bonus. Yeah. Pro Gamer's Guide to Taxes is definitely happening, y'all. It's definitely happening. And what's really cool about the digital business card I got, the dot card, is you can actually link it. Like when somebody taps my card, it'll pull up in a browser, and then they can get linked to a Google Drive account or a Google Drive folder, which means I can put the books in there and say, hey, here's a digital copy for your consideration. And obviously I'm going to have hardcover copies there to give people and all that. Nice, Katie. Thank you. I appreciate it. Still at 209. Sus Google Drive links. Your face is a sus Google Drive link. You ever think about that, Brett? And yet people still trust me. For now. All right, so the brim of Luigi's hat is almost done. I really want to go to a Red Sox game. I want to go to a Red Sox game with my friends. It's never going to happen. Rubbing elbows with the elites. It's all because I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't see an opportunity to make even cooler stuff out of it. If it was just like, you know, Ow, what did I just step on? Stepped on something wrong. You want to watch them lose? I want to take in the vibes. We are on the quest for 225 bookmarkers on Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls. We are at 209 as of tonight. Exclamation troll. Went on a tour of Fenway when I visited Boston many years ago. It was amazing. It is amazing. And it's amazing to be there during a game, too. It was awesome. Thank you for that, Beth. It's almost done. 2 bags left after this one. These are going to start flying quick because it's really just closing this thing up now, which is super cool. Yeah, but too bad I'm not going to have any more fun ever again. It's kind of, I think that phase of my life is over, unfortunately. I think we're done. Some of the best memories are MLB games with the Reds. There you go. No more birthdays, no more fun. That's the slogan to live by. My definition of fun is going to BattleBots in Vegas. Wish my city had a major league team, most definitely would go to one. Even if you have a team that isn't quite major league, just the vibes of going out to a baseball game. You know, you don't care necessarily who wins, who loses, right? But just the idea of being there, hanging out, you know, nice summer day, no obligations, you're just kind of there. I loved going to the Padres. When I went to the Padres, that was a good time. Which is obviously a major league team, but, you know. You know, it's actually been a big inspiration for me researching how all this stuff I feel like is going in terms of TV industry and all that, right? Is what Savannah Bananas does. Has anybody here heard of the Savannah Bananas? They are killing it, dude. Come to a Wings game, Wings Fest here? Yeah. Love them, yes. Their homage, or rather their thing being fans first, I think is very nice, and I agree with it. Banana Ball, yes, Banana Ball. The reason they're selling out stadiums, man. It's almost like they know what they're doing. That doesn't look right, but I know it's right. There's a little tuft. See this tuft right here? Hold on. That tuft right there. That doesn't look right, but it is right. Coming along nicely, though, eh? Two more bags. They have a lazy river in the park. That's very cool. Yeah, I really like what they're doing. I haven't been, but you know, and I do not have that level of energy to do any of that. You know, even to be an MC. They actually had a job opening for an MC. And I am A, not physically fit enough to do it. B, I don't think I have the right kind of energy for that. But I do really admire what they do and how they do it, and I think it's worth learning from. Which is kind of exactly also what I want to bring to the table with the Vegas thing. Okay. We have sent them videos and messages to come to Michigan. Yeah, now they're so big that it's like a, you know, we have a team here kind of like that, not as good though. Maybe it's a part of their league, but also I feel like there's going to be not competitors, but people that are whatever. You need gumption to MC. I mean, I can do it, and I have done it, but not to what they, you know. That's not my style as much. That BME. You need that BME. Or big baseball energy. That BBE. That big banana energy. Bananas just sold out Raymond James in Tampa. 65,000 seats. Yeah, they did. Welcome, Bruce. Kind of crazy, right? It's like doing a, if you're a stand-up comic doing a stadium tour. It's kind of the same concept, you know? And they're taking this idea of baseball that, you know, is definitely a classic sport. And they're condensing it down to only a couple of games a year, you know? I feel like the emote has to be a Savannah Bananas fan. I really want to, like, you know what would be a really cool, fun partnership? Something with the Red Sox. But I have nothing to really offer them, necessarily. It'd be cool, though. It would be nice. Maybe something through Stand Up to Cancer. I think throwing out a first pitch at a Red Sox game would be kind of dope. I don't even need it to be an important game. It can be when they're doing awful and nobody cares who I am. Just a moment for me. Give me the opportunity and a jersey and I'm good to go. Yeah, so Stand Up to Cancer actually does a lot of work with the MLB. So that is an avenue to do it, but I haven't, you know, that's a big ask. Maybe after this year. Like, hey guys, listen. Hey Andy, hey man, listen man, hey man, Stand Up Builders, you know, we've raised a lot of money for Stand Up to Cancer. And what I would really love the opportunity to do was to highlight our work at a Red Sox game, and we can all kind of be here and kind of celebrate and whatever. Talk about the cause. We can schmoozy dudes. You know what I mean? Maybe when you make it big after Vegas and become Hollywood O'Brien. I don't know what that was. But yes, you're right. Hollywood O'Brien! Exclamation coffee in the chat. There it is. Large ice, 3 caramel, almond milk, light ice. There it is. Don't forget it. Is Zach taking orders? Yes, he is. Always. Kevin, he's always taking orders. Always. Oh. There's a pressure over here. Pressure on the bricks. That's weird. If he listens to orders, it's a different thing entirely. Right, exactly. So French vanilla coffee, light and sweet. Okay. Rich, you're fired. Camera's definitely being wonky. It's because I'm stretching my arm over. That's why. Although I really don't want to necessarily go to Hollywood. I don't think that's what they would want. I think if they're trying to do a show like what I want to do and they want to do it on the cheap, you know, compared to like $1 million per episode, right? Can do it in Texas, can do it in Boston, could do it literally anywhere. Just not like Ohio or something. Can I get a good reference for my next job? No. 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 A cool mill per... Dude, I've done research on shows and like the staff that's involved. You give me 5 good people. If it's Kevin, me, and 3 other really qualified people, we can't get a broadcast quality show, but like we can get close. You give us 10 people, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Not to say Kevin would even want to be part of it, but like, you know. Yeah, an 11-minute documentary. Uh-huh. Yep. You know, not that, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that was wild. Because in my head... Anyways, whatever. That wouldn't even be up to me necessarily. It'd be up to a finance person, though, whatever. Well, I messed up something. Yeah, for Superhero Project. That is what he's referring to. Big money. Oh, money. Like, the goal one day is to not necessarily need to do a Kickstarter. Like, right now, it's pretty much essential to get a next adventure made. Right? But if we can, you know, do a separate, maybe there's a separate crowdfunder. That's something more wild and crazy, you know, who knows? There he is, exclamation coffee. Thank you, Zach. RC is looking for a good reference. So, you know, as long as he's taken care of. Was going to do half price sushi, but opted for a burger instead. There you go. Zach, did you get that Gundam done? I feel like you were streaming fairly late. I hear RC is moonlighting as an editor. Is he really? Is he really? Can he edit together a TV show in like a couple hours? Actually, that would be a perfect dude. Imagine I get this show idea or something happens, right? And they're like, all right, so do it. And who do you want? I mean, this is not how it works in the industry, but like, as far as I know, but imagine they're like, you can bring on whoever you want and we'll negotiate with them and whatever. And I'm like, get this person and this person and this person. Just to stand in water slides, had to bounce and run an errand with the wife. Anything's possible with enough cameras in iMovie. True. It's like, I know a guy that does editing of TV shows. Dan, welcome. How you doing, sir? Having watched the video on the site, I want to know, but also don't want to know. Yeah, that, I mean, it's definitely private information, I believe, but it's not a small amount, that's for sure. Oh. Had buffalo chicken wraps for dinner, so I'm doing hoggers. V jealous. My guy. V jealous. I've got a guy that's got a guy that's got a guy, 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 got a guy. Ouija, the big Ouija. Sounds like something else. Glad to hear you're doing good. Vibing on this Monday night. March is flying by. Zipping by, rather. You can have your guys as an exclusive producer. Executive producer. True. Dude, I can have Zach run my life. Imagine how that would go. That'd be wild. Exclamation coffee. March is over next Monday and I don't feel prepared for April. I don't recommend that for anyone. How do you think Rachel feels? She gotta live with him. That's why she's in charge. There we go. Happy wife, happy life. Happy spouse, happy house. Meow, meow. This is the way. So there's definitely tension on the bricks right here, but I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. I just gotta click it in. I feel prepared for the April 2nd Switch 2 Direct, so I'm gonna definitely be doing that in real time. Live reacting to it. You know, live streaming it. And then after that, probably gonna do whatever else. I don't really have a plan yet, but that will be the last stream before I leave for Vegas, so I definitely want to make it a good one. Nothing but good vibes all the way through. Then after that, entirely focus on Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls, which, you know, if something were to come out of Vegas in terms of a multi-billion-dollar picture deal, nothing would be acted on while I'm there or soon after. That is a long process from what I understand. So. See, Lego announced, yeah, Skywalker said that earlier in Australia, right? That's because it's tomorrow over there. So Lego is probably gonna announce it tomorrow. That's 4, okay. 1, 2, 3. So dumb. I think they're gonna delay it. So if Brain goes to Vegas and signs his life away with a guy dressed as Elvis as a witness, yes, it's actually exactly what I plan on doing, Dan. That's it. You got me. You caught me. Caught me in cold blood. On to the final bags because Skywalker walked into the Millennium Falcon at Disney and it was awesome. Yeah, that's dope. Smuggler's Run? Yeah. Can't wait for the Mando overlay eventually. Knew it. I say you're secretly going to appear on Love is Blind that week, dude. How wild would that be? You're obviously Brain from the legendary PBS show Arthur, right, Brain? Yes, I am. How did you know? All right, so the tension of the bricks seems to not matter as much now that they're locked into where they need to be, which is good. Love that. Yep, I love that. Good. Wonderful. I gotta fill in some space here because it didn't line up. I did see the BDX droids. You know, I fall into the camp of being slightly disappointed that they didn't do all that they intended to with the initial vision for the Star Wars area. And my hot take when I came back from Disney, for those that may have been here and watched me, was that I think the immersiveness effect is lost on that land because they didn't stick to the terminology of everything. Being different and whatever. I don't think they could have ever stuck to it. I think it was kind of DOA. This thing is ridiculously large. Yeah, it is. Huge. It's bigger than the Italian dinosaur. It's crazy. It's ever so slightly taller. I really should put these buttons on last, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that now. So, yeah, this is super cool. Again, hashtag gifted from Bricker Builds. They did not ask me to build this on camera, but they sent it to me for my birthday. And I'm like, well, of course I'm going to build it live on camera here. And I actually do have some other goodies from them, including the Charizard, Blastoise, and Ivysaur from that collection. Daddy, welcome. The did Melissa share the image with you? Sorry, the image with you of the pitch deck? I'm about to stand on my tippy toes to get this done. No, but she mentioned it. So for those that don't know, I was asking for pictures of anybody who has like worn my merch or I met at a convention or anything to put it in the pitch deck to say, hey, I'm making an impact with, you know, people of all ages, not just kids, but also families and whoever. And she says hi, she's out tonight. Oh, awesome. Good. And it just so happens that Melissa had pictures of like me with the entire family. And I'm like, perfect. So I use that as the centerpiece image of the pitch deck, which Zach, I have to send you it to look at. So they are literally the centerpiece of the pitch deck, which is really cool. We reached 20K subs. Well, YouTube bumps it up ever so slightly. So I don't know if it's quite there yet. I have to look in a moment here. I'm a little preoccupied, but I'll let you guys know in a second here. There's like a little bit of a buffer, basically. But we are very close, yes. We are very, very close. I did the same thing earlier, yeah. So I had 20K last night. Yeah, I think it's there. I just gotta double check. Which, you know, that is a big milestone. And you know what really helped with that? It's obviously like posting more shorts, like, you know, I just gotta be better about it. But what's really interesting that I did a Minecraft reaction to the trailer. I posted it on YouTube. It did 3,000 views. And then on Instagram, it's done over 50,000 views. So, which that is by far my most popular reel so far, which is super cool. And I would say thank you to everybody who watched it, but it was a lot of people from outside the circle that watched that one, so that was cool. And the discussion on it was pretty good. Nothing too awful, you know. So Minecraft Content Machine, Brian in comment. No, I think it's just because it was a reaction to the movie trailer. You know, had a little more. I put captions to it. Like, I don't do it super often. But for that one, I'm like, yeah, let me do a prim and proper reaction video, you know? And the difference between it being on YouTube and Instagram was the Instagram one had baked in, or it used Instagram's caption feature. And on YouTube, there's no captions. So clearly, I mean, obviously captions, you know, most shorts have captions on them. I just wanted to test it, you know, see what the difference is. And clearly, that is the call. But, you know, so, like some of that stuff, you could post an Instagram reel every day for a year, and none of them catch. And then January 1st of the following year, bam, it hits 100,000, you know? And that's the beauty of the internet right now, is that you don't have to necessarily build the biggest following in the world to get a reel or something that kind of pops, right? But the thing is, to build a community, to build people that really actually care about what you're doing, that's the difficult thing. I know plenty of people that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, subscribers, and they don't care nearly as much as y'all do about me and all the projects I'm involved with. So that's the difference. You know, a lot of people follow meme accounts, and like, you don't necessarily care about the person behind the meme account, right? Nintendo Land has clips of you and your reaction to 1,000 Year Door. I was told that, yes. And you know, I could really make a stink and be like, you know, oh, thanks for letting me know, whatever. But I'm like, I don't care. I got more important things to worry about than that. So if the only way that you can make a reaction video is by taking from other people's videos, go ahead. But I'm focused on making original things without necessarily pulling from everybody else's stuff. I feel like that's the best outcome you can get your audience caring about you. It feels rewarding. It's the only way that you can make an impact on the world, is like, you know, you can be the most popular kid in high school, but if, you know, when push comes to shove and you feel all alone and nobody has your back, what does all that popularity do you? What would all those millions of subscribers do you if you're not happy with yourself or the people around you? And like, this is why I'm such a big advocate for, like, you don't need hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers to make an impact and make this a thing, because I'm literally living proof of it. you know? And speaking of someone who also doesn't have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, but is living proof of fostering a well-rounded and impactful community, it is Pick Stitch. Welcome, Justin. I want to be just like Wayne when I go up. I feel like you ended shortly. I was lurking and working on the pitch deck, which if you want to see it, I'll share it with you. But I feel like you ended quick. Did you end quick? And you rated Zach? Or feel free to not answer. I don't think, whatever, but. Thank you for resubscribing for 15 months, Justin. Oh, Mike went burr. Oh, I was gonna say, I feel like you were on a roll designing the lobster you, and you just bounced. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. But that makes sense. Hopefully you got it fixed. I mean, sometimes it's just a reboot. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, have you tried turning it on and off again? Literally. Luigi's almost done, y'all. I'm less than 100 pieces away. I'm glad you got it fixed. So, Pix, I will send you the pitch deck later to look at in your professional opinion. Your professional opinion. Professional opinions only. Weegie looking good. The past several times I've chatted in Pix's live stream, very graciously calling out Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls on his channel. So, is that like wrong answers? So Pro Gamer opinions only, yes. No Goomba opinions. Not showing it to, not showing it to Kevin or to Brick and Nick, actually. I should probably show Nick. Should probably show. Be like, is this good? Pix looking at that thick! Okay. That's it, okay. He's been married, dude, I know he's been married a year. A year ago, almost to the day, we were in Ireland, man. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. It feels like 25 years ago. It feels like a quarter century ago, dude. That is insane. I think a year ago today, I was in Ireland. Insanity, man. Dude. Time flies. Yesterday was the anniversary. Yeah, where was I a year ago? I was at this time 1 year ago. I was asleep. I was asleep. And then I think leaving for Dublin in 5 hours. A lot has happened in the past year. A lot has happened for me personally, professionally, and in the world. Life is crazy, man. This is, you know, for as stressed out as I can be about everything and how, you know, how things are going or like whatever, it's just been a crazy, crazy time to be alive, and I'm very grateful for it. I don't know when's the next time I'm seeing Nick. I think it is GCX. I'll see him in July. The final Bonanza was only 2 months ago. I know, right? crazy. That feels like a year ago. So you're a GCX boy again this year? Dan. Not just me, but me in tow with a full-on Pro Gamers Guide booth. It's happening. It's happening. I messaged the powers that be and I'm like, are you guys interested with this? And I can be right next to Nick. And they're like, yeah. Things look good. You eating at least? I won't bring up sleep. I don't know him. I'm actually sleeping better than I have in a long time because the thing about the pitch is that not only, Brian, have a good night, is I need to, like, the deck is one thing, but then to be on my top game when I'm there on stage talking to people beforehand, afterward, and that requires me to not be burned out, to be totally coherent, right? If I'm on minimal amount of sleep, if I'm feeling not my best self, then I can't be my best self when the moment comes for it, right? So I literally have to, like, rest more than I have in a long time to prepare for this and be on my top game. So I feel great. I'm eating okay. You know, I went grocery shopping today. I've been eating out a little too much, but the scale is still going in the right direction. I've not gained weight. I'm not going in the wrong way. It's just, you know, it is what it is. All in due time. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, the moment we have all been waiting for in regard to the Italian Ghost Hunter. Saviano pisa resistant. Uh-huh. Yeah. Look at that guy. Beautiful. Yeah. So no, I know how to handle. I know how to handle it, right?
Right. Good job.
Look at that. Yeah. That looks dope. All she wrote, y'all. I said I was gonna get it done tonight. I did. Look at me. I'm a professional. Brian, this moment to be recognized in the history books. I will say in the pitch deck, I got all of the Luigi done in the entirety of March 2025. So that is a model gifted, #gifted by Bricker Builds. If you want to build a life-size character or item of your choosing, !Bricker, they make high-quality, life-size sculptures for your consideration and enjoyment. Anything you get from their website is key. And you can also use my code, BricksO'Brien, to save a little bit of money off. I think it's 10% off. And I get a little bit of kickback from it as well, but I'm not even concerned about that. I just want you to save a little bit of money and get something cool in the process. Captain Krabs, welcome. Wow, 9 o'clock on the dot, pretty much. Nice. Hopefully you're doing well today, Captain Krabs. I literally just finished the Italian Ghost Hunter. And I feel like that's gonna be it for a while from Bricker. Other than smaller stuff, I don't think there's anything big on the horizon. Maybe they're cooking something, but nothing on the horizon. You have a great amount of patience. Well, y'all have a great amount of patience for being here alongside me. So, yeah. 209 followers, 209 people that have hit the notify me on launch button on Pro Gamer's Guide to Defeating Trolls. !Troll. If you have not bookmarked the Kickstarter project already, at 225 people who hit notify me on launch, we got a brand new reveal and that much more. So we are closing in on that April 26th launch day. It is going to be here before you know it. 32 days remain. So as of Wednesday, I'm going to be doing some Mario Kart with y'all. Got Paper Mario 1000 Year Door on Saturday. Monday, Mario Sunshine. Wednesday, the Switch 2 Direct, and then I'm off to Las Vegas. So an abridged week next week. But, you know, plenty to work on in that time. So yeah. Good stuff. You should make Pro Gamer's Guide to Cooking Chicken. We gotta focus on this upcoming book first before anything else. We gotta focus on that. So yeah. Back from Micro Center, did not spend a small fortune. Roy, I literally told you, that's why I don't like going there. It's the antithesis of why I go there. I really don't like it. I'm going to wrap up for the evening. For everybody watching over on YouTube, I appreciate you very much. And I will see you on Wednesday for the Mario Kart tournament. All right, so get your carts ready. And I will see you then, all right? Have a great rest of your night. And bye for now. For everybody who's watching on